Hello and welcome to the Loose Cannon. This is episode number 34. We don't have a player who has that squad number, so no references there, but a little quiz for you. Not a very good one, I confess, but it's in red and white, so no complaints, please. What do those initials stand for? Well, I can tell you this much. Those initials are what we're going to be talking about today. Obviously, one of them I didn't bother putting in initials down because it's Moses, Victor Moses, so why not start with him? Victor Moses, is he or is he not coming to Arsenal? As we all know, there has been a bid on the table from Chelsea for the Wigan winger, who's quite a versatile player and very skillful. £12 million is the asking price, though, from Wigan, which is why they rejected the Chelsea bid. Will Arsenal make a bid for him? Personally, I doubt it. He's got a year left on his contract. I can't really see anyone paying £12 million for Victor Moses, and I'm not so sure that I'd like to see Arsenal do that. Having said that, he is, in as much as he's got Premier League experience, he's the kind of signing that I would like us to make. But whether he could replace this man, I always point the wrong way, but Theo Walcott, remains to be seen. I'd say no. He's of a similar age. He's plays for Nigeria, of course, Victor Moses, as opposed to England. Hasn't got that many caps for them as of yet. As I said, he's got potential, but I don't really think he's worth £12 million. I'd be reluctant to pay £6 million. So personally, if I'm reluctant to pay money out for a player, then surely Arsene Wenger and Arsenal will be even more reluctant to pay that money. Can't see it happening. Wigan want a lot of money because they've got to pay 20% of the fee to Crystal Palace, which, if it's 12 million, would amount to £2.4 million to Crystal Palace. Therefore, they would only net, I say only, £9.6 million on the player. So, not expecting any bid from Arsenal, although I do expect Victor Moses to move somewhere. My guess would be Newcastle United is the kind of player that they're normally interested in. Well, just above Moses on my list here, thought I'd just show you that again, is not us, Usmanov. And Alisher Usmanov, never been the most popular amongst fans, but 82% of fans that were polled in the AST, I think by AST, they polled these fans, and they want Usmanov given a seat on the board. But my argument is this. As much as I've got no problem with Usmanov, I think he needs 2 seats, 1 for each cheek, but let's not go there. But one other thing that has come out of this poll is that the fans would like to see a rights issue, which would dilute the shares in the club at the moment, and that would end up with Usmanov probably claiming more of a percentage of the club than he already owns. And well, the rights issue, the idea behind that is that we could then pay off the debt on the stadium, which amounts to £18 million per year. So a lot of money. Imagine £18 million could buy a decent player for that. But anyway, the current board of directors don't want to go down that route, it seems. And 72% of fans want to see David Dein back. I've talked enough about David Dein, and I think you'd find if you went out to the more like the internet public, for instance, I think you'd find more than 72% of Arsenal fans want David Dein back. I've yet to meet one Arsenal fan who doesn't want David Dein back. So my view is it's 100% of fans, but that's perhaps over optimistic. Perhaps a large percentage of fans would like to see Sebastien Squillaci leave the club. SS, as he's down on here, Secret Service, and other things come to mind when you think of SS. Well, Squillaci's going nowhere because he's on big wages, apparently. Certainly bigger wages than Bastia can afford. The Corsican club have recently got promotion to the top flight of French football, but they're not ready to pay out the kind of wages that Squillaci wants. And the same goes for Marouane Chamakh, another player who many Arsenal fans would like to see offloaded. He is going. He's not going to Fiorentina. That's coming directly from the club. My thoughts are perhaps there could be a deal with Jovetic joining us. That could happen, I reckon. Stevan Jovetic, decent striker, 22 years old. They were looking for €30 million for his services. Well, if we could throw Chamakh in the opposite direction, perhaps a deal could happen. But then how are they going to afford to pay him £44,000 a week? It seems that Fiorentina are balking at that idea, so I'm not so sure it's going to happen. One player who will be leaving, who's a striker, is Carlos Vela. Looks like he will join Real Sociedad next week. That's come from a more or less official source with official quotes. Make of that what you will. It will surprise no one if he does indeed move on, and Real Sociedad seems to be the most likely destination, he says, looking at his paper, trying to turn over the page very quietly so you don't notice. One other thing that perhaps somebody didn't want noticed was Jack Wilshere's alleged bet on Emmanuel Frimpong to score against Olympiacos. Only a tenner, he might have said in jest. That's what he put up on Twitter, and as a result, he's been in a lot of trouble. But luckily for us, he's not been banned from playing matches. I can't personally see any harm in what Jack Wilshere did, although there is UEFA guidelines on that kind of thing, saying you shouldn't be encouraging betting or talking about it when your team is involved. Or certainly not betting on the game. He's denied that he bet on the game. So he's got away scot-free, more or less, for that. I think he's received an official warning, slap on the wrist. So who do I give the red card to? I'm giving it to UEFA for stupidity. It's always nice to give them a red card because they're always giving other people these cautions and so forth, and I'm sick of it. And well, I have to do this. I always do this, don't I? Red card to the club for this saga, the Robin van Persie saga, which we all hoped wouldn't develop into a saga. The good news coming out of that is that, according to a Sky Sports source, there are echoes of the Wayne Rooney saga in all of this, and the devil is in the detail, whatever that means. I think we all know what it means. It just means there are negotiations still ongoing. When Ivan Gazidis gets back from holiday, is it Ivan Gazidis? Somebody put me out of my misery on that one. Is it Igor or Igor? I've watched too much of that Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks, so blame him for this. But okay, Ivan Gazidis, when he returns from holiday, there will be a meeting. Whether anything will be agreed at that point, we don't know. Arsenal are not happy that Robin van Persie's come out so publicly on how he feels and saying that he's not going to sign a new contract. Clearly, his family are settled in London. There's all the more reason for him to stay in London, but does that mean he's going to stay at Arsenal? Well, I think it's quite possible. I've been saying all along, I don't necessarily think Robin van Persie will go. So that's got to be good news, and if I get it right, I think I deserve a green card, a library card, because it's expired now, so I need a new one. So that's all from me right now, and I hope you join me again and keep supporting the Arsenal. Up the Gooners!